Welcome back. Sharing is caring. That is the message from Social Development Minister Bathabile Dlamini to South African citizens. Dlamini says individuals, families and society have a responsibility to build solid communities and care for the elderly, orphans and the poor. She also highlighted the critical shortage of social workers in her department, but cannot be hired by her department because of limited funding.
Inequality, unemployment and hopelessness is a reality for many South Africans. In this village, next to the Northwest capital, the elderly are the hardest hit. For 66-year-old Elizabeth Lekhwane and her 77-year-old bedridden husband, the situation is dire. She prepares a meal for him, the last of which is left in their home.
I desperately need to take him to the clinic every now and then, and it's very expensive for me to hire vehicles. We are desperate for food that lasts us until month end, because even now there's nothing much. We also need water as our only source. It's very dry.
A few meters away, a 71-year-old Sitisho Motsegare. She prepares a meal for her 12 grandchildren. All her daughters have dumped their children with her. She has no one to care for them, let alone herself.
I have 12 grandchildren and we all stay here. We get some grants, but it is not enough for food, and we do desperately need clothing and school uniform for the kids, including shoes.
Poverty is not only a challenge here. As night falls, an unemployed 54-year-old is facing a challenge of a different kind.
I survive through small jobs, and at times there is absolutely nothing available. I only survive by the grace of God.
But there are a few good Samaritans. Every day, these pensioners bring hope to a hopeless situation. Once they are done exercising, they travel the length and breadth of the village to care for the needy.
There are lots of social ills that we experience here. Some of the elders have been dumped by their kids. Some children are failing their parents because they never even visit them.
With no source of income but their pensions, these elders make a difference. While lack of water is also a challenge, they have not been deterred from offering a helping hand.
We want to thank older persons for the work they are doing. Actually, they are not doing it for that old man only, and we highly appreciate that. But in areas where we have to intervene as social development, we must do so because it's our responsibility and we cannot run away from our responsibility. Not that we are happy about that situation. It's embarrassing.
The department has urged those making a difference to come forward and formalize their good deeds. This is aimed at assisting with funding despite budgetary constraints. There is hope that former President Nelson Mandela's words of a rainbow nation and Ubuntu will resonate in all corners of society. Kabelo Molope, SABC News, Mahogwe.